Alongside the new features that pressSIGN-11 introduced, we've also introduced a new licensing structure which will enable you to choose a lower end version of pressSIGN because it's very much more likely to suit your measurement needs. So I'll be explaining those licenses to you now just to help you choose what version of pressSIGN you would like to go for and give you a little bit more background information. Okay, let's have a look. So firstly, we'll start off with the new digital version. The digital version replaces the old print buyer version. Now, the old print buyer version was very limited in what it could do. It allowed you to measure, but would not allow you to export any press adjustment information. The new digital version is far more powerful in that sense and will allow you to make adjustments and export data that allow you to make modifications to your digital press. So the curved corrections for digital rips is included. This wasn't included in the print buyer version, and it makes it much more of a production tool now. So the curve corrections that we are exporting right now in 2022 are shown on the screen there. So we've got the Adobe curve files, Agfa Sasanti, Caldera Curve 3 files, device link profiles we can export. These are all exportable by pressSIGN. EFI Colorproof XF, HP Indigo, Inkwise Auto Curves, Onyx RIP data, and tab delimited text files. So we've always been able to export the tab delimited text files and most of the other ones if you wanted to make manual adjustments using a printed sheet instead of actually importing the adjustment data directly into the RIP. Just to show you, these are the file formats that each of those workflows will export. Typically, you would be able to import those files into the RIP and it would automatically make the curve adjustment for you. As I say, the tab delimited text file was always there and available if you wanted to make manual adjustments using the data in numerical format. So hopefully that is an explanation enough. Just going into the Inkwise, there were two versions of Inkwise, which is the digital information version of the software, and version 3 and version 3.5 are, one is text and one is an XML file. So anyway, have a look at those and we will move on. You can now monitor up to 12 spot colors in a job plus CMYK with the digital version. Onto the standard version of pressSIGN, sometimes just known as pressSIGN indeed, but I would call it pressSIGN standard in order to differentiate it from other versions. Previously, you were only able to measure 2 spot colors, so it would effectively be a 6-color job. Now you can do a full 12 colors, and this now opens this up to a much wider range of presses, flexo printing, any web flexo, and web litho as well. So this really introduces this version now and makes it available to people who would previously have had to use the full Pro version to be able to measure all of the colors that they were printing. This is a critical major improvement. So you can export digital and litho curves from the standard version. You can measure short strips, charts and single patches, and you would typically be using some of the handheld spectrophotometers, but this will hopefully help you clarify which spectrophotometers are supported at this moment in time. So we currently support Barbieri, Konica Minolta, Tekon and X-Rite. So from Barbieri we support the Spectro LFP, Swing and Spectro Pad. Konica Minolta, we support the FD7 and the Miro 1. The Miro 1 is also currently being supplied by Teshcon, certainly in the USA. So you can get the Teshcon version of the Miro 1. Of course, pressSIGN still supports that. From Teshcon Direct, you get the Spectrophotometers and the next generation version. And from X-Rite, we support the old 530 series, the exact spectrophotometer range, that'd be the advanced and the premiums. The i1 Pro, although it's greyed out there, is naturally supported by pressSIGN in all versions, so you can use that. We support the i1 Pro version 1 and 2, but not the i1 Pro 3. Unfortunately, X-Rite limit us from being able to use that one at the moment. The i1IO chart table, the old reliable Spectro I, if you've got one of those, and the ISIS chart reader, all of those are supported by pressSIGN up to in fact, all versions of pressSIGN. There we are. So the Pro has been reduced in price. Primarily the reason we've been able to reduce the price is because we've taken out the Trends client. You can still buy the Trends client separately, but they used to be supplied together. So now the Pro, you buy it on its own, and you can buy a Trends on its own. There's no limit to the number of Pros and the number of Trends that you would like to buy to add to your pressSIGN server. So let's have a look at the licenses. There's now two different ways of buying pressSIGN. Essentially, the first way is to buy an outright purchase, which we're now calling a perpetual license. So you buy it outright, and the thing about it is that you buy a version and you're on that version for good, unless you buy a software maintenance contract, which is available at the time of purchase, and that will then cover you for any upgrades that we might produce. This is typically going to be a more expensive way of buying pressSIGN and staying up to date. Of course, if you just want to stay on your old version and not go updating in the future to take advantage of all of the new spectrophotometers, new standards that we support, all of that kind of thing, then that's fine. But ideally, I think the way to go is the next way, which is going through a subscription. Subscriptions are available for 1 month up to 3 years. So we do a 1 month, 3 month, 1 year and a 3 year subscription availability. And of course, subscriptions include all upgrades that we are supplying. So you're always able to upgrade. Essentially, the subscription version is replacing the GPM version, the Global Print Management version. If you've got a Global Print Management version, of course, you're freely updating to pressSIGN 11, as you well know already. But all subscription versions, and remember that subscription versions are now available for all of the licenses, so a digital, standard or pro, are all available as subscription, and they all include the job synchronization sync features that you used to have with the GPM. So you can synchronize job data, results, color libraries, spot color libraries, target standards, color bars, that kind of thing from one site to another. So it's a really brilliant update to that, and available with the subscription versions. Let's have a quick look at some more information. We've, with version 11, opened up the ability for you to get a dongle-free option. Now, with the GPM version, it was always dongle-free anyway, so that was always taking advantage of internet licensing. If you buy a perpetual license or have a perpetual license now and would like to upgrade to a dongle-free option, you can do that. That takes away all of the hassle of having to manage a dongle, and if a dongle gets lost or broken or stolen, then there's usually a lot of trouble with that. So long as your server is online and able to synchronize with the licensing server, then you can go for a dongle-free option. You can also mix a variety of clients with one server, so you can get a digital, standard or pro all on the same server, and again there's no limit to the number of clients that you can have connected to that server. Okay, so that's really a brief run through of some of the new features and updates relating to the licensing specifically for pressSIGN-11. If you'd like to see more videos, then make sure you hit the subscribe button. You can hit the like button if you like. I don't really mind. That's nice if you do. Thanks for watching, and have a look at this channel to make sure that you get all of the latest updates for pressSIGN, and contact me through the channel, through the comments, if you need to be able to upgrade. Thanks for watching.